In Moreton Bay this week, a major Olympic-linked precinct in Moreton Bay could unlock hundreds of new homes while also keeping the region in the running for a 2032 Games venue. A key stage reached in a $176 million road upgrade aimed at easing congestion in one of the region's busiest corridors. And behind the scenes, new infrastructure is being rolled out to support future development. Hey, Adam here. Welcome to the Moreton Bay update for week 12. Let's get updated. First up, Moreton Bay is continuing its push to play a role in the 2032 Olympics while also unlocking a significant amount of new housing. A proposal centred around the former Boral Quarry site at Launton could deliver around 850 new homes as part of a broader precinct development. And this is where it gets interesting. The housing component of the project is expected to go ahead regardless of whether the site is selected as an Olympic venue. But the proposed flatwater facility, designed to host rowing and paddle events, would depend on that Olympic selection. So effectively, this is a dual-purpose project, a long-term residential development and a potential Olympic venue. Moreton Bay Mayor Peter Flannery has continued to advocate for the site, particularly as questions remain around the currently proposed rowing location in Rockhampton. So while no final decision has been made, Moreton Bay is positioning itself as an alternative option. And beyond the Olympics, this highlights something broader. Large-scale developments like this are increasingly being tied to long-term housing outcomes, meaning major event planning can also play a role in addressing supply. I'll be following all of the changes that happen across Moreton Bay here on the Brisbane Channel, so the best way for you to stay in the loop is to make sure you're subscribed. Now to transport, and a key stage has been reached in a major road upgrade in the region. Expressions of interest have opened for the $176 million duplication of the Linkfield Road overpass at Brendale, which crosses Gympie Road. The project will expand the overpass to 4 lanes, helping improve traffic flow along a key connection between Brisbane's northern suburbs and Moreton Bay. It will also be delivered alongside upgrades to the nearby Beams Road and Gympie Road intersection, another well-known congestion point. This corridor carries a high volume of daily traffic, including both commuters and freight, so upgrades like this are aimed at improving capacity, reducing delays, and supporting future growth. There are also safety benefits, including reducing the risk of bridge strikes along that section of Gympie Road. And like many infrastructure projects across the region, this reflects the ongoing need to upgrade transport networks as population growth continues. Now to a piece of infrastructure that's a lot less visible, but just as important. A $30 million investment in new water and wastewater pipes and pumping infrastructure is underway in Alimba, supporting future development in the area. This type of infrastructure is what enables growth behind the scenes. Without it, large-scale housing and development projects simply can't move forward because the essential services like water and wastewater aren't in place. And this ties into some of the major development activity we've been following in the northern part of the region, particularly around Alimba and the broader growth corridor. So while it's not something you'll necessarily see day to day, it's a key part of how these areas are being prepared for future expansion. And stepping back for a moment, all of these projects connect to a broader issue: housing supply and growth. There are ongoing calls for more support from state and federal governments to help deliver housing at the scale needed across southeast Queensland. And with regions like Moreton Bay, where population growth remains strong, that pressure is particularly noticeable. So whether it's large precinct developments, transport upgrades, or supporting infrastructure, a lot of what we're seeing comes back to the same challenge: how to keep up with demand. And to finish on something a bit different, Moreton Bay has recorded its most successful Clean Up Australia Day in recent years. 2,516 volunteers came together on the day, cleaning a whopping 7 tonnes of waste from parks, bushland, waterways and neighbourhoods. The volunteers collected everything from vapes to car parts and tyres, highlighting both the scale and variety of waste being left behind in public spaces. While it's a small story on the surface, it's also a reminder of the ongoing effort required to maintain local environments as the region grows. If you want to stay across everything happening in your local area, you can check out the updates for Brisbane, Ipswich, Logan and the Redlands in the playlist linked here or in the video description below. And if you want the full picture across Greater Brisbane, the overview video is here. See you there.